This tiny square is 1 week of my life, and this entire grid is every single week I'll probably get about 4,000. Yeah, that's it. This is my whole life mapped out, and every single day, one square gets closer to disappearing. No matter what I do, no matter what I feel, it's gone. So I did something insane. I turned this into my wallpaper. And yes, it updates every single day. And if I waste today, it ends up disappearing. When you can literally see your time running out, you stop negotiating with yourself. And you know what's crazy? Most people don't even feel like we're wasting time. We feel busy. We wake up, check notifications, reply to messages, scroll a little, work a little, plan a little, and somehow the day feels full. But full doesn't mean meaningful. And weeks stack up like that. And days turn to weeks, weeks turn to months, and months turn to years. And we are still at the same place where we were before. But your dots, they don't care about motivation. They don't care about your mood. They disappear anyway. When I zoomed out and saw how many were already gone, that hit. Not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet way. Like, oh, this isn't infinite. And the scary part, it isn't that this is going to end. The scary part is realizing you spent your best dots distracted. You say, I'll start next month. I'll get serious next year. I just need more clarity. Okay, so here's how this works. This entire grid is my life in weeks. Every single dot is 1 week. 52 dots in a row means 1 year. And if you stack about 90 rows, well, that's an entire lifetime. Somewhere around 4,000 weeks. And that's it. Alright, these first few rows, that's childhood. Gone. This section right here, that's teenage. That's also gone. And my early 20s, well, almost half of it is gone. And when you zoom out like this, you stop thinking in years. You start thinking in inventory. How many weeks do I actually have left? Not theoretically, but physically, visually. These blank dots, well, that is all that I have right now. Every business I want to build, every skill I want to master, even every risk that I want to take. It all has to fit inside of these dots. And there's absolutely nothing that expands this grid. You just have these many dots. There are no bonus rows that get unlocked. When it's filled, it's filled. Now looking at this once was just not enough because inspiration fades. What I wanted was a system through which I can look at this every single day. And I had to come up with that system. And the system was pretty much simple. The calendar updates my wallpaper every single day. Yes, the wallpaper on my phone. Every time I wake up, I see a new wallpaper. Yes, a new dot filled, and that reminds me of the time that's left. I don't remember the exact saying or the principle, but it is said that your work will expand the time that you give to it. If you give a certain task a week to do, then it will expand and take you a week. If you just give it a day or maybe just half a day, you'd probably complete that week's worth of work within just that day. And that's true for almost all the work that you do. Every single day when I see the number of dots that I have and it's shrinking day by day, I get reminded that I don't want to stretch my work to fill up more and more dots. I want to squeeze, I want to get my work done as fast as possible and not leave it for tomorrow. If today disappears and I don't move forward, I don't do something productive, I actually feel, of course, not in terms of guilt or some kind of pressure, but this is necessary if you want to grow in life. And honestly, if you don't keep a track of or measure something, then you might never be able to improve on it. It's the same with your life. If you want to improve your life, you have to measure every single day. Are you actually using your time productively or just scrolling reels? And that's probably it. Now, after using that as my wallpaper, here's what actually changed. Not my motivation, but in fact my decision-making speed as well as execution speed. Every meaningful task now gets evaluated against one unit, which is 1 week. If this week disappears, did I actually move the needle? Now, it can be for anything. It can be for revenue, it can be for happiness, it can be for health, it can be for whatever metric that you are optimizing for. For me specifically, it's a mixture of relationship, health, skills that I learn, revenue that I make, and all of these things combined together. Okay, let me ask you something. How old are you? Generally, most of my audience are in the range of 25 to 30. Let's say you're 25. You've probably used 1300 weeks of your life. If you're 30, that's 1500, and if you're 50, probably just half of your life. And here's the part that's actually uncomfortable. You don't even remember most of it. They usually just blend in. So here's the question that I want you to answer in the comments below. If you had the chance to fill all of these dots by yourself, then how would you fill it? What would you like to see yourself doing? Because whether you install it like me or you don't install it, it's going to exist. It's just that you won't be able to see it every day. In fact, do one thing. Go over to your calculator app. Over there, multiply your age by 52. Those are the number of weeks that you've already spent. Now subtract it from 4000. That's how much you have left. Not years, not months, those are weeks. And you don't actually get to pause them. So yes, in hindsight, well, it did one strong thing for me, which was to remove the illusion that I have a lot of time. I don't, and no one does. In fact, you don't build some things in a few days. You don't build them in a few weeks either. You take years. Now, if you watched this video till this point, then let me know in the comments below how many weeks have you spent. Not years, weeks. And if you want to use the exact setup that I'm using currently, then that's there in the description box as well as in the pinned comments. So you can go check that out. This was a completely different video from what I usually make. But if you like such videos, then let me know in the comments below and subscribe to this channel to watch more of this. Perfect.